Not as big as those guys. Let's go. Can I leave?
Larry, what was the difference there in the second half for you guys?
I think the board was a big factor. You know, they hit some shots early, a couple of banks, but they had 11 misses early and had 11 offensive rebounds. And I thought the second half we did a much better job defensively. They were really hard to guard. You know, they got quickness. They can spread the floor out. And their bigs really kind of hurt us. They isolated our bigs, got us into some foul trouble. But we just made some plays down the stretch. Nick was great, you know, on both ends. Sterling came up, some unbelievable plays. Marcus had a second half like he's capable of playing. But we made plays. You know, Shake makes a big pass at the end of the game. We get a layup. But the biggest thing is I think we matched their energy the second half. When I looked up at the score and saw we're tied at halftime, I was in a state of shock. And then, you know, when we got back in the game and looked like we had a chance to take control, and Dotson hits the front of the rim, goes way up and goes in, and I thought, well, maybe this is not our night, but again, we made plays.
Was the difference in rebounding simply effort and hustle as opposed to taking different angles or a different approach?
Oh, no, I don't. No, we didn't block out. Simple as that. And then we got hurt on the weak side board when our bigs had to come over to help. You know, we didn't get our guards, you know, Shake a few times, got a crack back. But, you know, you had to come help. You know, the kid's so quick getting to the rim, and they space you out so well that it's, when you do go to help, they're smart enough to send shot blockers, man, to the board. And then we got punished by that, and then we didn't hold our blockouts early, and the long rebounds, they were back tipping. And then even on missed free throws, they got some back. But the effort at second half was what won the game. And halftime, Nick was talking to our team about, hey, let's enjoy this, you know, because pressure happened when we got a ruling. You know, there's no pressure now. Now's the time just to have fun, you know, and play hard for our seniors. And I'm hopeful we can kind of figure that out where everybody starts enjoying it, because we're going to take everybody's best shot. I never thought we'd be a big game for people. You know, when I'm at UCLA or Kansas or North Carolina, you kind of know, and that's their DNA, and they thrive on that. This is something we got to learn and embrace and enjoy, and I think it's going to help us down the road.
Do you thrive on teaching that, being able to deal with that, with the expectations that come with that?
It's funny. Kenny Smith and I talked today, and we're both obviously. Coach Smith meant a lot to us, and I asked George the same thing. And I asked Kenny, what do you think Coach would have said, you know, to these kids? And he said, just do what you do best, you know, try to make your teammates better, and have fun. And I think that's pretty good advice. Kenny said it a lot more articulately than I did, but that's what it is. When you go to a school with, you know, a pedigree, you're going to get the best shot every single night. And that's something I was and Tim were hoping would happen here, and I think it's starting to.
Larry, how does it feel to be the only undefeated team in Division I basketball?
When I see that stuff and then I see the percentage we're supposed to have when we play a certain team to win, those guys, analytics don't mean a thing, man. It's ruining our sport. It's good in baseball and football, but I'm just in awe of our team. You know, what Tim did early with our staff, I just don't want to mess up what he created. But I'm just proud of the way we've handled everything and how much we've grown and how much better we're getting.
You've always said that you enjoy practices more than the games. With that being said, are the players receptive to your message when you tell them to have fun in these games?
I don't know. A few of them look like it's tough. A freshman putting a little pressure on themselves, but one, we haven't been able to practice. You know, we had 3 games in 6 days when you have a short bench like we had, and then we've had some illness. We've had some kids banged up, but I hope they're enjoying this. That's all I talk about it. You know, following Tim, you know, Tim's a good guy. I'm the devil. So I had to come in here, you know, after 9 games and kind of, you know, get myself involved and not, you know, not put any pressure on guys and be a nice person and be a cheerleader. I'm trying real hard. But again, I don't think any coach could be any prouder of a group of people than I am of this group. Coaches, players, fans. It's been amazing.
Anything else?
Coach, you just mentioned the message is almost as simple as.
Pardon me,
When you just mentioned the message is almost as simple as just have fun, but with all the fighting back in games you have to do recently, does it really feel that easy in a sense?
I don't know. I mean, if you're competitive, you enjoy moments like that. You know, Coach Smith wrote on the board, and I've done it ever since I've been coaching. Play hard, play together, play smart, have fun. And I asked him one time when I was a young coach, would you mind if I said it'd be nice if we defended and rebounded? So he allowed me to do that. But that's the message. You know, if you ask kids what the most fun they've ever had in their lives playing basketball, they'd either tell you high school or college. So we got to get that message across.
Thank you.
Thank you.